All
right, go ahead.
Coach Nagy.
What sort of challenge did you have to get through this game, to see anything that you need to see from some young guys and just get to work with them?
Probably the biggest thing is just making sure that we're putting guys in the right spots for these opportunities. And when they get a chance to get a play the last couple games and then getting into this game here schematically where we want to get a guy to be able to see a little bit more. And then these opportunities that jump up for making the team, it'll be big for both sides. I mean, as a coach, you go into this game and you understand that for us it's our third one, and usually around the NFL there's not a whole lot of scheming that's going on in these games, but it's so important for these guys to be able to play fast so we can evaluate them, and I think that's what's most important probably.
Now, what have you seen lately from generic Prince?
I think with Deneric, he's somebody that in practice every day he's practicing hard, he's playing hard. There's some mistakes here or there. That's most guys. I love the run he had the other day down the sideline. Man, when he picks those knees up, he's gone down the sideline. He's tough. So I remember when he first came in here, he's such a quiet kid, and he doesn't say much, but he plays hard every practice. He shows up every day. And so when you get a big play like that, it's always nice to see.
Matt, we're aware of Clyde's circumstances, but do you feel like, based on his experience, you guys sort of can rely on what he's shown you, obviously, previous years, or do you feel like you need to just get him into the mix a little bit on Thursday?
We'll see where Coach is at with that. I would say, for the most part, though, we know who Clyde is and what he's done. These guys, he's a guy that's put a lot of good film out there. He's had a lot of valuable snaps here in Kansas City, and so you balance a little bit of that for him, his own personal ability to get some reps. But I think we know who he is, we know what his strengths are, and we know how to use them.
The top four wide receivers seem to be pretty clear. The back end of the room is a little bit more muddled. Where are you guys at on kind of knowing which direction you're going to go in that sense?
I would say that you're right. There's obviously some numbers that we feel pretty good about. I think it's more common sense than anything with these guys and who they are, but then there's that competition part. And we still have this game coming up here, which is going to be valuable for a lot of these guys, and they know that. As a coach, as a coordinator, that's the exciting part. For me, I was in that role before. I'm no longer in that, so I'll let that to Coach and Veach to be able to make those decisions. But when I step back now in my role and I look at the relationships we built with these guys, whatever position, I want to make sure that I'm giving them everything from me to make sure that they can look back and say, you gave me an opportunity to do what I can, and I think it's good to have tough decisions.
Matt, are there still some guys you want to learn about and what's left of preseason after a long camp and 2 games already?
Yeah, I don't know if I could say a specific name right now. I think we know big picture there's a few guys here or there without getting into confidentiality for where we stand as a team. But this is a big opportunity and a big game for a lot of guys. And it can be for us being able to have depth positions. That depth is always critical, guys. There's injuries throughout the year. Special teams is valuable. So you look at that, and then, there might be some guys where in a certain position you want to see what they can do when maybe put in a position to get more reps.
With Louis Rees-Zammit, he's clearly come a long way since rookie minicamp, but how much more maybe seasoning and development does he still need?
He'll still need some development. I mean, he's developing every day for the positive. I love his attitude. It cannot be easy doing what he's doing, coming from one sport to the next. But he has a great attitude. That's more than half the battle. He's going to get reps. He's gonna get opportunities. And I think it more than anything is just there needs to be probably a little bit of patience with him.
Last 3. We're going to go Nate, Mick, and then Todd.
It was interesting, Matt, how you guys used Carson Steele in the last preseason game. Just catching out of the backfield and pass protection, just how much growth have you seen, and was it really more necessary to evaluate him in those types of aspects more so than just handing him the ball? Yeah,
that's definitely a part of it, to see Carson do everything that it entails to be a running back. He had that one big run in the first game. We were able to see some of that stuff in training camp, in some of the practices. But that's not all about just playing running back. You got to be able to protect. You got to know where to go. You got to be good on special teams. So more opportunities, more reps are going to be valuable for him, and then for us to be able to see where he's at. And again, another great kid. I think back to when I first met him in OTAs, and he's in there every day in meetings early. He's in there trying to learn this offense. Now he can go out there and try to play, and put it on us to see what he can do.
Matt, Andy was surprisingly okay with the behind-the-back pass in a game. Where do you land on that?
Yeah, I've been hearing Pat talk a lot about it, and we talk about him barking and never biting. I guess he definitely bit the other day in the game, and Kels had a particular route he was going to do. It didn't happen, and all of a sudden I looked up and saw he's doing it behind the back, and then Kelsey called. I don't think people understand Kels not necessarily knowing where to go or what to do on that play after everything happened. He still caught the ball. I mean, that's not easy to catch when you don't know it's coming. So those guys are crazy, and I'm glad it was in the preseason.
And talking about Clyde, you know what he can do on the field, and I don't pretend to know what happens in the meeting rooms and all that, but every time I see him around the players, on the sideline or whatever, if he's not playing, starting whatever, he seems to be a real kind of glue guy and a team guy. What sort of value is that for you guys, and does that weigh in decisions?
I couldn't agree more with you on that. I think he's a very positive kid. I've always enjoyed my time being around him. He's knowledgeable, he's smart, he has a great attitude, he's a leader. However many years it is that he's in this league, he's a veteran in that room, and guys listen to him. And I think there's a calmness to him. He has what he has off the field. We all have our stuff off the field personally, what you go through. And I think hopefully he feels his coaches and his teammates all have his back in this thing. We're in this thing together. But as a football player with us in the building, he's been really good.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Coach.
All right, see you.
Appreciate it.